Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of LSTAR Live. I'm here with LSTAR Chair Kathy Amess, and we're going to give you a few updates on what's happening in the industry and around the neighborhood. So, Kathy, what's up with May stats?
Well, May stats were pretty steady, balanced market, as I've said many times this past week. We're slightly up over year-to-date sales from last year, 1.8%. So, but generally speaking, we're pretty stable. Sale price is stable. Not a whole lot more to say other than that.
So, moving right along, with regard to stats, what about the Bank of Canada announcement that was out this week?
So the Bank of Canada cut the rate by a quarter point, which not a huge amount, but pretty much in line with what everyone thought was going to happen. It's a good sign, I think, that we're hopefully going to move down a little bit further, but maybe give consumers a bit of confidence and get some people off the fence.
Yeah, for sure. I think the math on it doesn't change a whole lot. It's only going to be like $15 on every 100,000.
Yeah, nobody's getting rich off that. But
the math isn't the issue. It's more the perception and the fact that, and again, the governor did mention that it's very likely that there will be more cuts coming. So I think that'll give our home buyers enough confidence to move forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
And fingers crossed for another cut fairly soon, and then we'll see what happens with that down the road.
For those of us with the variable, such as myself, we're quite looking forward to that.
It's all good. It's all good. So moving on to our next topic and the PropTex conversion. Moving forward, as again has been mentioned, we have heard some good news this last week that the new, what they're calling the One Point Association, which includes Guelph, Lakelands, and Grey Bruce Owen Sound. They're amalgamating later this year, and they have made a decision to move to the PropTex MLS system. So that's good news. And also, in addition to that, we've heard that Huron Perth Board have recommended to their members that they join that board as well. So they're going to go to their members for a vote on it, but that would add another board and certainly one of our neighboring boards to the PropTex system. So I think that's good news.
Yeah, it's great news. It's news that we expected, but yes. Unfortunately, we weren't able to announce it sooner, but we're definitely happy to see things going in the right direction, and we look forward to possibly some more announcements in the next few months too.
Great stuff. So I also want to remind everyone, we did have a big milestone this week. Switched the folder, Realtor.ca switched the folder that they draw the information from over to the PropTex system. All listings from PropTex will go up to Realtor.ca now, but that also means that the listings on ITSO will not be going up to Realtor.ca.
Right.
So,
there's been a lot of confusion about that. To be 100% clear, if your listing is not on PropTex, then it's not going to be sent over to Realtor.ca. The same thing with your open house postings, price reductions, anything to do with your listings need to be posted on PropTex. So, I don't know how to say it more clearly.
There's no other way to put it. That's the place to go. Now, you can still put them on ITSO to get that extra coverage, but again, if they're just on ITSO, they won't go to Realtor.ca, and they won't be seen by the majority of the LSTAR members any longer, or may not be seen.
Well, it's also mandatory as of May 28th to have your listing on PropTex. So I know that in the real estate business we don't like the word mandatory, but unfortunately there's not really another one to use in this situation. The reason being is it just makes everyone's life a lot easier when you're searching for properties, makes buyers' lives easier, realtors' lives easier. We need to have everything on the same system. So if you do have listings that aren't on there, then you need to get them on there right away.
Great. And just a reminder that if anybody does notice any problems or errors or issues that they notice, it is still in the early days of our conversion. So please let MLS at Realtor or at LSTAR.ca know, and we will get busy and work on those. Just a final reminder that we still have just over 500 members that have not yet logged into the system. Really recommend that you try that very soon. Believe it or not, the July 15th drop dead date is less than 6 weeks away. So it's I would really recommend you go on, test out the system, sign up for some of the education courses that are available, and try it out.
Yeah, and if you as we've said a few times now, if you can't locate that email with your login ID for PropTex, then contact the board, MLS@lstar.ca, and they'll get you the information so that you can log in. But you need to, after July 15th, you will not have any access to ITSO, so you will not have access to any MLS platform whatsoever if you don't log into PropTex.
There you go. So there are other things going on at LSTAR, so let's yeah, there are. Let's give you a bit of an update on what's happening. The first one being the annual Slow Pitch event, which is next Friday out at Slow Pitch City.
No dunk tank this year. Happy to hear it. Happy to hear it.
But yeah, next Friday, and if you are bringing a donation, I know Claire and her team at events are working really hard to make that a great event, but if you are bringing a donation, please bring it into the board office by noon on Thursday so we can get that all ready to go for the tournament on Friday.
Yeah, and those people that are playing in that tournament, make sure that you are watching your inbox for your team's schedule. I believe the first game is 8:30 or 9 in the morning. So if your players aren't all there, then you're not playing.
Yeah.
And we know how realtors love early mornings.
Yes, and again, just a bit of an update. I believe the exit off the 401 to Dorchester is still closed, so you should try an alternate route to get in through the back roads there, because I was on the 401 the other day and it is still closed going into Dorchester, so try an alternate route.
Yeah.
And other things in June 25th.
Oh, and we've just been told we're going to be live from the Slow Pitch tournament.
Big news for everybody. So
put it in your calendar.
Put it in your calendars.
What channel's that on, Chris? Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
2. Okay.
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
YouTube. All right. So moving on, AGM and Trade Show, June 25th.
Yeah. I'm curious. I hope that our last meeting, we had great attendance at that. I hope that continues for the AGM. It would be nice to get a lot of people out so that you can support some of the sponsors that are looking at putting booths and things up at the trade show and support them. Also, it is nice to have attendance, that we have an opportunity to convey information to the realtors in the association. So.
Right. So
I'm hoping we get a good turnout.
Want to see a good crowd there. And that's at the Lamplighter. The trade show opens up. There will be a breakfast at 8:30. The actual AGM itself will start at 10:30. And then we'll wrap up at 1 o'clock with the hot lunch.
And trivia.
And trivia. So plan to be there. And I know this next one's near and dear to your heart, Kathy, the LSTAR Charity Golf Tour.
Yeah, our golf tournament is September 19th this year, and it's at Highland. We've got just over 100 golfers registered, so there's 164 spots, which we anticipate selling out again this year. So September 19th, shotgun start at 10:30. You can register at lstarevent.ca, and there's a whole bunch of information there. We're also looking for sponsors if anybody is interested in sponsoring a hole or anything like that. We've got lots of opportunities available.
And that has become a really good fundraiser. The last couple of years, we raised some really good money. And this year, where are those funds going?
So this year, the funds are going to Indwell. Indwell, for those that don't know, builds supportive and affordable housing. They have projects in London and St. Thomas, so the money will be going to both of those centers. So we will be supporting the St. Thomas area as well as London. If you have a few minutes, check out their website, indwell.ca. They do some really great work. So, and we're looking forward to, we've raised over $100,000 the last 2 years, so we're hoping to better that. I believe that's LSTAR's biggest charity event.
Yes, it is. Great stuff. All right. Moving on, just a quick update. We had an LSTAR contingent, went down to Sarnia last week to attend the retirement event for their outgoing executive officer, Dave Burke. Dave's been EO at Sarnia for 25 years, and he was a realtor in Sarnia for 25 years before that, so it's a real 50-year history at the Sarnia board, so we were down and wished him well. We also welcomed their new executive officer, Tracy Moreno. So Tracy is probably well known to most of our LSTAR members. She's a former staff member here at LSTAR and then was a realtor for a number of years. So I think that's going to be a great fit for Tracy at the helm of the Sarnia board.
Yeah, it was a good event. There was people from other associations there as well, here on Perth. Not Woodstock. Woodstock was not there. Here on Perth, Sarnia, Chatham, Windsor.
All the neighboring
everywhere.
areas. So it was
Everywhere.
Good event.
Yeah.
Very good event. And finally, just want to make a quick update on staffing here at LSTAR. I'm happy to announce that we've made a new hire in our communications department. Steve Young has joined the crew. Really happy to see Steve join, and most of London will be familiar with Steve from his days with Bell Media and CTV News. Good long history there, and I know Steve's already been working hard on getting some media profile for us, which resulted in an interview.
Busy week.
A number of interviews. So.
Busy week. London Free Press, CTV, and also AM 980 this week. So, like, obviously the rate news probably prompted some of that, but still it's good to get some exposure for the association in the community.
Yeah, and if you are stopping by the office, make sure you come by and say hi to Steve and wish him well, as we all do. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. Do you have anything else to add?
A lot of info. No, it's
Lots
good.
going on.
Happy Friday. Good open houses to everybody. Make sure your open houses are on PropTex.
Excellent. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you next week from the Slow Pitch event.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.